On this edition of Inside Education, we go inside the hospitality program at NWCTA. Find out what kind of real-world lessons students are exposed to while in high school and how it will benefit them after graduation.
Our kids have no trouble getting jobs. They're very employable from the day they leave.
Then, did you know every CCSD student is now entitled to a free breakfast? We'll learn why now and what's being offered. Plus, as Nevada Reading Week is underway, find out how programs like Read by Grade 3 are supporting reading proficiency throughout the school year. We'll also talk about an important mental health program, magnet school honors, and much more. Inside Education starts right now. Thank you so much for joining us here for Inside Education. I'm your host, Mitch Truswell. The Clark County School District is located in one of the country's premier hospitality markets. Las Vegas conventions, hotels, restaurants, events, and entertainment attract customers from across the country and around the world. Because of that, our city also offers those seeking a career in hospitality some great opportunities. And those opportunities can start as early as high school. Northwest Career and Technical Academy offers a hospitality and marketing program that provides students with a peek at what the industry offers, the skills they'll need to compete, and a head start. It is decision day at Northwest Career and Technical Academy. Juniors in the hospitality and marketing program, like Sophia, were assigned a project to event plan a wedding. Today, the person designated as her bride looks at the final plan.
Well, my theme colors for the wedding I'm planning for her are white, sage green, and light pink because she wanted more pastel colors to match her wedding because she's having like a Regency type of wedding.
Sophia's grades are determined by a number of things: communication, incorporating the wishes of the bride, the invitation, the menu, even the sample table setting. All of this designed to give these students a taste of what's expected as an event planner.
I'm kind of nervous, but I'm very outgoing and I can usually handle nervousness pretty well, so I'm more excited than nervous.
Sydney Falkowitz has a lot riding on her wedding plan. She and her student partner, Johanna, came up with the concept, and as it turns out, the wedding plan will actually be used by Sydney's mother and stepdad, who are getting married next year.
They were already engaged. And so I was like, I would love to do it. Budget was a lot of work because we had to stay with the budget they wanted, and that was the most difficult.
Sydney's mom says the wedding project has provided her daughter with valuable life experience.
I am very proud of her. We wanted a Hawaiian wedding.
Right.
It was simplistic yet elegant is the direction we were headed. So it really worked out perfectly.
Over their 4 years at Northwest CTA, students in hospitality and marketing will undertake several projects, gaining skills, industry insight, and in some cases, certifications. Instructor Denise Kale works to provide students with a comprehensive view of the industry.
It's hotel operations, it is travel and tourism, food and beverage, event planning, transportation, every aspect of the industry we touch upon. And then as they go throughout their career, they learn a little bit more about each area.
She also brings those in the industry into the classroom to give students a realistic view of future possibilities.
Well, our kids have no trouble getting jobs. They're very employable from the day they leave.
Caitlin Hoskins, who teaches at Northwest CTA, will also be getting married this year and will be using the plan put together by students Angelica and Rebecca.
Yeah, they did a great job meeting all my needs, my color, my theme, everything. So I'm just ready to get married.
Kale says even those who choose not to pursue a hospitality career will still benefit from this program.
You know, my goal is to give them skills when they first come. I always tell the kids who come into hospitality, you don't have to go into hospitality, but everything you learn here you can use in any profession.
Another benefit of the program is that students can earn several certifications while they're still in high school, some of them through the American Hotel and Lodging Association. Like many of the district's other career and technical education programs, students can also earn college credit while attending Northwest CTA. Every student in the Clark County School District is now entitled to a free breakfast. The change coincides with National School Breakfast Week, which this year is the first week in March. Research shows that students who eat school breakfast show improved academic performance, reduced behavioral problems, and improved nutritional status. Here to talk a little bit more about the universal free breakfast model is Lori Hayon, a registered dietitian and licensed nutritionist with CCSD. You've been on this show many times before. I love it when you bring show and tell with you.
Oh, yes.
We're going to get to that in a second, but first let's just start with this. So every student in the district is entitled to get a free breakfast. Tell me why the change now and who pays for this?
Okay, perfect. I think you hit it on the nail, being National School Breakfast Week for us to unveil it.
Right.
It's also National Nutrition Month, the whole month of March. So being a dietitian, this is close to my heart to feed the students. So that's definitely why we wanted to unveil it now.
Okay. So as I understand it, there's a pretty big chunk of students within the district already entitled to free or reduced price lunch, breakfast.
Yes.
So tell me about that.
Sure. We have approximately 76% of our students already on some CEP or provisional or SB 503 breakfast after the bell program. So 76% are already covered. We just want to cover that 24%, offering them the free breakfast as well.
And then, so you were able to take those funds to cover it all? Is that how it works?
The federal subsidies that we receive through the free and reduced program, we were able to reallocate to cover the 24%.
Covered everybody.
To make everyone free.
That's good. Okay, so let's quickly get to this. So these are some of the breakfast items that are this week, tomorrow?
They're on this week.
This week, okay. So tell me about the bagel and cream cheese.
Bagel and cream cheese will be on our menus on Friday. It's the first time we've had a bagel and cream cheese featured, so we're excited about that. It is a whole grain bagel.
Of course.
So providing more protein and fiber.
Right.
The strawberries, the Greek yogurt, and the elf grams will be a cold option for breakfast tomorrow. First time we've ever had fresh strawberries and blueberries.
So that's a big deal.
We're excited,
You're excited about that,
yeah.
Because that, I would imagine, is not only maybe a little more expensive, but there's a shelf life that's a little bit shorter than, say, for the bagel.
Yes. It's the logistics to get the fresh product in is quite challenging, to say the least.
Then we got a sandwich here?
Sure. The sandwich is featured in our secondaries right now, and we had a lot of feedback from last year's Menu Concept Expo that the students wanted meatless options for breakfast. Most of our breakfast sandwiches have bacon or sausage. So we removed the meat. So this is just an egg patty on a whole grain bun with a slice of cheese.
Okay.
So we're trying to make sure that we cover everyone's taste.
I would imagine that rolling out breakfast, when you're talking about the number of students in the district, that's not easy. Remind me, how many meals you are serving each day or each month? I don't know how the district measures it.
Sure. It's approximately 1.3 million meals per week.
Oh my gosh.
Just yesterday alone for breakfast was approximately 95,000 breakfasts. Yes.
Okay. So how did you decide on these items for breakfast? Is this standard or?
We always look at trends. We look at what other school districts might be serving or where we're lacking in our menu. Definitely lacking. Like I said, we hadn't had a bagel. So we just acquired that from a new bid recently. Blueberries, we've never featured strawberries and blueberries, so.
I know, you're very excited about that, as you should be, as you should be. So one thing we should point out for breakfast, the principal actually decides at each school whether that's going to be something that's served in the cafeteria, or in some cases, it's done after the bell in the classroom.
Yes.
So that may be a little different depending on where your student is having breakfast, right?
Right. All of our menus combined, we have about 26 different menus. So depending on what model the principal chooses. So if it's going to the classroom, it's a cold breakfast menu. If it's going to be served in the cafeteria, there'll be cold and hot options. If it's served in a second chance breakfast in the secondary schools, it may be on a cart. Okay. So again, it may be a cold or a hot option if the cart is able to have a hot option.
We should let folks know that if they go to ccsd.nutraslice.com, they can find the actual menu for their school.
Yes.
Before we go, the end of this month, you have what's called a Menu Concept Expo coming up. This is where you test new items and you bring in a lot of students to test it. Why do you do that?
We want to get student buy-in. We want to know what they like because they're our customer base.
Right.
So.
Is there anything exciting on the horizon? What are you going to be testing? You said something about a chicken or a waffle?
A chicken and waffle sandwich. We're doing tacos, like a walking taco in a bag. Our secondary students always want something portable. They want something they can take with them. We're trying soba noodles with broth and vegetables, so it would be the first soup type concept we've done.
And then based on what you hear from the students, you'll take that back and you'll figure out what can happen, I guess, potentially next year.
Yes.
Okay, wonderful.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for bringing us up to date. I appreciate it. And it's good to have options. And you're right, students are your customers, so they got to like what you put out.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for your time, Lori.
Thank you for having me.
The Clark County School District is celebrating some national honors for nearly 3 dozen local magnet programs. Student Yesenia Hernandez from East Valley Television at East CTA has our report.
Education is important to every community, including right here in Southern Nevada. 34 schools in the Clark County School District are standing out nationally. Magnet Schools of America recognized 36 programs at 34 schools as merit recipients for the 2019-2020 school year. The organization also awarded 19 schools with the School of Excellence designation. The Rancho Rams are celebrating as the Academies of Pre-Medicine and Aviation, Science, and Technology were awarded the Excellence designation. The Vikings over at Valley also earned the 2 awards. The Academy of Hospitality and Tourism earned an Award of Excellence, and the International Baccalaureate Program earned the Distinction Award. Among the schools of excellence is East Career and Technical Academy. Principal Darlene Delgado explains what the award means.
It's a testament to the hard work that our students, staff, families, and communities do here at East Tech. It's a way to recognize those efforts and the hard work that everyone puts together as a team to get our students to be successful.
CCSD Magnet Schools and Career and Technical Academies Director Gia Moore says that the programs are an integral part of our community and the schools provided opportunities for students to discover their talent and abilities. She goes on to say that the awards are a testament of great leadership and teachers at the award-winning schools. I'm Yesenia Hernandez for EVTV News. Mitch, back to you.
Thank you for that report. You can learn more about the Clark County School District's magnet schools and career and technical academies at magnet.ccsd.net. Well, a national program in a local high school is helping educate students about mental health and teaching students how to identify and respond to a friend or peer who may be experiencing mental illness. The program will get a financial boost thanks to an upcoming fundraising fashion show. We'll be talking about that. Here to tell us more is Ramona Esparza. She is Valley High School principal, Sarah Garcia, a social worker at Valley, and Ginger Allen, co-president of the Clark County Medical Society Alliance. Thank you all for joining us. It's an important topic that we want to talk about here. Ramona, let's start with you. So let's talk about this. The program is called the Teen Mental Health First Aid Program. It was at Valley, and you want to bring it back because I'm assuming it was so successful. Tell me how this program works.
Well, basically, I'm going to just kind of preface with the principal's worst phone call is getting a phone call about a student that has committed suicide.
Right.
And I want to start with that because that, unfortunately, is the new normal that we're in. And we know that this is like a CPR process for our students. So students help other students because oftentimes before going to an adult, they'll report to a peer.
Okay, so you've already had this, you had this program last year. You found it successful?
Yes, very much.
How do you measure that, or how do you define that?
So we're privileged at Valley because we're a Victory School, which provides a little bit more funding and resources,
Right.
and we have the advantage of having some amazing supports like our social worker, Ms. Garcia. We're noticing as a result of just a first year implementation, a bit of a reduction in the students that are in crisis. And that data does speak volumes for how it's working.
Okay, Sarah, let's get to you, because I know I had asked you how this kind of works, and you said you're teaching students, your plan is to teach them just like you would teach them CPR or something like that. Tell me a little bit more about what you are helping students recognize the point where they should step in to help a friend.
Sure. So we are trying to teach our students mental health first aid in the same way that we actively support students in teaching them physical first aid. So just like a CPR or first aid class, we give the students a 5-step action program to follow to know what to do when a friend is in crisis. So they know how to look for signs, how to tell if it's normal that your friend is missing basketball practice or not, or missing school or failing classes. We give them verbiage on how to ask their friends directly if they're in crisis or if something is problematic. We teach them how to listen with empathy and understanding. And then the most important step is we inform and teach our students how to connect their friend to a caring adult who will actually take the burden off of that student and really connect them to the proper support they need.
And we should also point out that this program also gets some help from Lady Gaga's foundation, and that's important. How has that been?
So I think just the fact that she is an individual that
well known,
but very much transparent about her own past, having dealt with some issues. And I think when you remove that stigma of it's okay to not be okay, and she's a celebrity that kids love and identify with, I mean, it makes it very appealing and okay for kids to ask for help.
Okay. Ginger, we want to get to the Clark County Medical Society Alliance because you guys decided you want to support this program. And I asked you why that is, and tell me why the Alliance got involved.
Sure. So the Clark County Medical Society the Clark County Medical Society Alliance has been supporting nonprofit healthcare related causes since 1949. Right. And so each year we pick a different healthcare related cause. And so we were looking at, what the need in the community was, and we found out that the #1 cause of death in Nevada for teenagers is suicide.
Frightening.
And we were so, worried about that. And we really felt, my partner, Michelle Volker, and I felt we really needed to do something about it. So we interviewed a bunch of different nonprofits in Nevada, in Southern Nevada, that are offering different programs for kids. And what we found was there's a real lack of programs for kids. And when we found out about Born This Way Foundation and the work that they were doing with Valley High School, we went and met with Ramona and we asked her how it was impacting kids. And she shared with us the impact they had with 650 students. And we were like, that's amazing. We can help thousands of kids if we can get this program into other high schools. There is no funding for this program. Right. So we are doing a fundraiser to raise funds to give this program to other high schools in Nevada.
And that's coming up on March 19th, at the Four Seasons, right? Yes, it's a fashion show, and a portion of the money from there will go to support this program.
Yes, correct. The proceeds will be going to Born This Way Foundation, and the funds are earmarked for Southern Nevada high schools. March 19th at the Four Seasons, and you can get more information at ccmsa-lv.org. Okay,
wonderful. Sarah, I wanted to ask you, for those folks that don't have a student or those students that aren't at Valley right now, what would you say, what advice would you give them? When they hear something, what should they do? If they hear a peer talking about, maybe if I wasn't around anymore, no one would miss me. What's the kind of thing that you can tell a student to do?
I would tell those students to take everything that they hear seriously, right, and to know that their actions could save lives. So I would say to them, don't be afraid to upset your friend or to feel like you're breaking trust or breaking a bond, because really underneath that you're saving a life, and that's really important for them to know. To
tell someone, a parent, a counselor, someone like that. Okay, this is a great program. I'm glad that this is all working, and glad that the Alliance is supporting it, and glad that you were here to kind of help enlighten us all. So continue success.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it. The Clark County School District is working closely with the Southern Nevada Health District when it comes to concerns over the coronavirus. Right now, there are no known cases of coronavirus in Clark County, but there is a response plan in the event schools are impacted. The superintendent provided the Board of School Trustees with an update on that, including the following. As with any illness, we ask parents not to send students to schools if they may be sick. We ask all our school communities to follow health guidelines to minimize the spread of illnesses, such as washing hands frequently with soap and warm water, disinfecting surfaces, and covering the mouth and nose with a tissue if you sneeze, properly disposing of it after. For more information on the coronavirus, you can find it on the Southern Nevada Health District's website at snhd.info/coronavirus. This week is Nevada Reading Week, and the theme this year is Saddle Up and Read. Many schools are holding special reading-related events to honor this special week. Since 1987, the state of Nevada has promoted reading among students, knowing that reading proficiency will benefit students in their educational career and for the rest of their lives. Typically, Nevada Reading Week also coincides with the birthday of noted children's author, Dr. Seuss. Nevada Reading Week is also when parents, community members, local celebrities, and others make classroom visits to read to students. Reading proficiency is so important to a student's success in school that it is emphasized far beyond just Nevada Reading Week. Joining us to talk about how the Clark County School District is helping students become effective readers is Heidi Hoshibata. She is a K-12 Literacy and Language Development Coordinator. Heidi, thanks for being here.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
Well, we're glad you're here. As someone that is focused on literacy and language, something that, again, you're working on all year, what's your message about how important it is to make sure that our young kids are getting all the messages about literacy early on?
So early literacy is so important because literacy in itself encompasses a whole set of skill set that's going to go across all content areas. So if students are struggling with foundational skills or early reading skills, they're going to have difficulties across all content areas in school. So we really want to ensure that in that, that early range, we're giving them the necessary skills and support that they need to be successful readers and writers.
Right, and that we should probably explain what your department does.
Yes.
So you actually every school has a literacy specialist?
Yes.
And you're the one that you meet with them to train them, and they take that back to their school. Tell me how that works.
Yes, okay, so with Read by Grade 3, every elementary school has a Read by Grade 3 literacy specialist. And what they do is they come to our trainings. We offer up to 2 professional learning sessions a month focused on topics that are aligned with Focus 2024 with our superintendent, right, and then other important literacy topics. So they come and they receive training from us, then they go back and they take that information back to support their teachers, to meet with administrators, and ensure that the teachers have the skill set that they need to do their jobs.
And that's something that you can say every school receives.
Every
right?
elementary school, yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yes.
You brought up Read by Grade 3.
Yes.
I want to talk to that because I hear that a lot, and I don't know if that's a CCSD program or a statewide program, but what's the importance of Grade 3 and reading?
So statistically, they say that if a student isn't reading by 3rd grade, they're more likely to drop out. So in 2015, the Nevada Department of Education set up Read by Grade 3. It's known as Assembly Bill 289 also. And what that does is it's looking at supporting 3 pieces. It's looking at supporting students who are struggling readers. Right. So if they're identified as a struggling reader, they're given support through intensive instruction. And what's so critical about that is it's support based off exactly what they need. So it's not just teachers meeting with small groups, but they're looking at assessment data and truly ensuring that the gaps that they're missing, they're getting back in that intensive instruction in that small group setting. Then what Read by Grade 3 also is doing is it's ensuring that the teachers, that every student has a literacy expert in the classroom. Right. So through that professional learning with our Read by Grade 3 literacy specialist, they're getting that content to support teachers. Then they're also coaching, they're working with teachers on planning. You know, we have new teachers, long-term subs, so they're working with teachers to ensure that students have the support they need from the teachers in the classroom. And then this year, Read by Grade 3 has really added that parent piece to ensure that we're working with parents to give them a skill set and resources that they need too. So it's holding everybody at the state, the district, and the school level accountable for literacy success.
Got it. Well, you brought up parents.
Yes.
They're an important part of this because what happens in the classroom and the school has to be kind of mirrored at home. And do you find that, is it tough? You're not working directly, I don't think, with parents, but do you hear it's difficult for parents to be involved, or are they willing to do that?
They are, and I think that was the whole with Assembly Bill 289 this year, to ensure that we're truly giving parents an opportunity. Sometimes they don't know what they don't know. So what Read by Grade 3 does is any student who's struggling, they're going to receive parent notification so that they're notified that their child's not performing where they need to be. Right. With that, the teacher's creating that intensive instruction plan based off support. The parents are going to be part of that discussion and plan, meet with the teacher and figure out what's going to be happening at the school for support. And then the parent is also going to receive resources either from the literacy specialist, we have FACES, which is an amazing department in our district, and any other resources that the school has, so parents can attend trainings, workshops, tutoring programs, visiting local libraries, just to give parents enough information so that if their child is struggling, they have resources and support for things they can do at home. This is the way to address
it. So they have some ideas. They're not on their own.
Exactly.
Okay, so before we go, what would you say if you could talk to a parent? What would you say to them if you want to give your child the best opportunity when they're young? Is it read a book? What is it?
Read every day make sure that reading is celebrated at home at whatever level it is. Make sure that there's lots of exposure to books, and go in and talk to the school. I get so excited when I walk into the office and a parent's standing there asking for things that they can do to help. Don't make the school a scary place. Go in and talk to your Read by Grade 3 literacy specialist. Talk to the teachers and find out things that they can do, because there's lots of things that are out there that they can do to help their children.
Awesome. Heidi, thank you so much for the information. I appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Before we go, we want to let you know that the Clark County School District is hiring. In fact, district leaders are actively recruiting teachers, bus drivers, food services, and substitute professionals. This month, CCSD's Human Resource Division will hold several The Future is CCSD hiring fairs in schools across the community. Interested applicants can also visit teach.vegas or contact the Human Resources Division directly. That phone number is 702-799-5427. From all of us here at Inside Education, thanks so much for tuning in. Teacher, taxpayer, parent, student, staff member, we all have a stake in our public education system. You can catch this episode and past episodes of our program on the Vegas PBS website or YouTube page. We'll be back again in 2 weeks with an inside look at education issues and the Clark County School District. We'll see you then.